of TUC. Let me recognize the Secretary General of TUC. Let me recognize the Ministers of State who are present here. Let me recognize the National Chairman of NDC, members of the Diplomatic Corps, affiliate national unions and organized labor groups, comrades and distinguished workers. Let me proceed on established protocol so that we can save on time. Let me start by wishing all our gallant workers of Ghana a happy May Day. And I stand before you with profound gratitude and immense pride as the President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander of the Service to say Ayiko to all Ghanaian workers. Today is not just another day on our national calendar. It is May Day, a sacred moment of reflection, celebration, and appreciation of our nation's workers. It is a day set aside to honor the gallant men and women through whose tireless hands, resilient spirits, and unwavering commitment we continue to build the Ghana we all want together. On behalf of the government, and indeed the entire people of Ghana, I wish to extend our heartfelt gratitude to every worker the length of our nation. I say congratulations to the farmer who rises before dawn to go and till the land. I say congratulations to the nurse who stays late into the night caring for the sick. I say Ayiko to the teacher who shapes the minds of our children. I say well done to the engineer who builds our roads and our bridges. And I say congratulations to the market trader, the artisan, the mine worker, the factory worker, and the security officer, and even the entrepreneur for keeping our nation going. Each of you forms a part of the heartbeat of our national journey. Your resilience through recent economic challenges that tested the very fabric of our endurance as a nation has been nothing but heroic. You demonstrated that the spirit of the Ghanaian worker is unbreakable. When adversity came knocking, you answered with hard work. When uncertainty loomed, you responded with hope. You are indeed the true architects of our recovery, and you are the backbone of Ghana's future. It is because of your sacrifices, your dedication, and your endless optimism that we gather not just to acknowledge, but to celebrate your greatness as workers. From the very first day I assumed office as president, I made a solemn promise to stand with you, to fight with you, and to prioritize your welfare above all else. I understood then, as I do now, that the prosperity of Ghana cannot be separated from the well-being of its workers. In February this year, just a few weeks into my administration, I demonstrated this commitment by meeting with the National Tripartite Committee. After thorough consultations, we agreed to increase the national minimum wage by 10%, raising it from 18.15 Ghana cedis to almost 20 cedis, effective from 1st March 2025. I understand and respect your sense of sacrifice on this matter, considering that inflation at the time was hovering at a whopping 23%. I'm fully aware that this 10% increase is not optimal, but the circumstances of our economy dictated to do so at this particular time. As I told you, this year's budget is a reset budget. And my hope is that with the austere steps we are taking this year, we will be able to see better remuneration in the next couple of years ahead. My comrades and friends, sacrificing to rescue our country from the economic ledge into which it was plunged is not meant for workers alone. You are not the only ones to tighten your belts. Sacrificing is meant for all of us who are servants of the people, including I, the President. And that is why I will lead by example. I will be prudent and modest in handling of our public resources, and I expect all my appointees to do the same. But improving wages is only the beginning. True commitment demands bold action that go beyond just immediate relief. That is why in March, I organized the historic National Economic Forum that brought together stakeholders from every sector, labor leaders, employers, civil society, academia, and policymakers to engage in honest, forward-looking dialogue on a fiscal policy for our economy going forward. At this forum, we mapped out short-term, medium-term, and long-term transformative policies to rebuild and reposition our economy for sustainable growth. Following this spirit of innovation and forward planning, we presented the maiden budget of this government to Parliament, which is anchored on stabilizing the economy and salvaging it from the path of destruction. Beyond stabilizing the economy, the budget was heavy on multi-sectoral investments, which are aimed at revitalizing the productive sectors and putting Ghanaians to work. Spanning infrastructure to technology through to agriculture, we have committed to construct a robust and economy that enables us to meet our needs in a sustainable manner. Our agricultural investments are fashioned around the Feed Ghana initiative, which is a bold step that seeks to modernize agricultural production, agribusiness, and create sustainable jobs along the agricultural value chain. By supporting our farmers with improved seeds, access to technology, and better market opportunities, we will not only be securing our food systems, but will also be empowering our rural communities and ensuring that agriculture becomes a powerful engine of our economic growth. As President, I understand that true development cannot be achieved unless people who drive that development, our workers, are supported, they are respected, and they are empowered. I understand that the Ghanaian worker does not just want praise on May Day, but he wants action every day on making his conditions better. The Ghanaian worker wants a government that will walk its talk, a government that will stand by you through hardship and prosperity alike. And I'm here to assure you that this government under my leadership is that government you have been waiting for. I've taken note of the issues raised by my brother and comrade Joshua Ansah, General Secretary of the TUC, on the long-standing and inequitable disparity in public service wage structure. And this is the reason why, as part of the Constitution review process, attention will be paid to the establishment of a permanent independent emoluments commission that will determine a fair and equitable public service wage structure so that we can bridge the unacceptable gap between the conditions of service of Article 71 office holders and other sections of workers within the public sector. And morale in the workplace is more than a matter of salary. It is about dignity, it is about fairness, It is about opportunity and trust. It is about the feeling that your labor is recognized and that your voice is valued and your future is secure. And that's why I'm committed not only to improving conditions of service, but also to restoring hope and confidence in the Ghanaian workforce. My administration will invest in morale-boosting interventions that matter. We'll introduce comprehensive reforms across the public and private sector labor environment by ensuring timely salary payments, modernizing workplace conditions, and reducing the bureaucratic bottlenecks that frustrate your productivity. We'll also prioritize better occupational health and safety policies and ensure timely pension contributions and payments, and eliminate the neglect that many of our retired workers have had to endure for far too long. Every worker deserves to retire with pride and not with anxiety. It is only recently we undertook major reform in our pension administration, introducing different tiers in our pension payment scheme. And yet, as Comrade Joshua Ansah has rightly stated, there are severe distortions and inequality in our pension system. I will initiate a preliminary discussion with stakeholders through a mutually selected ad hoc committee to make proposals on how the current challenges of the pension system can be addressed. And the organized labor will be fully engaged in this committee. In partnership with labor unions and employers, we will deepen skills development and retraining programs so that workers can adapt to the changing needs of industry. Our well-being and so must our workforce. No Ghanaian will be left behind in the new economy we are building. Comrades and friends, many of you work in state-owned enterprises that have been atrociously managed over the last 8 years. I urge you not to keep quiet. When management is driving your enterprise into ruin, you are always the first to be affected by job losses when these institutions collapse. Your enterprise where you work belongs to you. They guarantee you lifelong employment, and so you must protect those enterprises. When things are going wrong, do not be afraid to say so. And as president, I will back and support you to set things right. Today, we celebrate the sacrifices of workers in Ghana and around the globe. And we had a conference with SIGA, and we're giving the debt position of state-owned enterprises. And almost all of them are in debt. Even companies like Gayhawk Distilleries, where when I was president, they used to pay a little dividend to government. Today, they also owe. And the question I ask is, how can you sell alcohol and be in debt? When Ghanaians are happy, we drink alcohol. When we are sad, we drink. When we are not happy, we are not sad, we drink. So how can you sell alcohol and lose? And so we're charging the management of state-owned enterprises and the workers. Let us work together to make sure that we make these institutions viable, because those institutions belong to all of us. My brothers and sisters, there are millions more of working age who desire to join the workforce, but they are hindered due to the lack of openings and opportunities. We've long been aware that the youth bulge poses a significant risk to our stability as a nation. It is for this reason why in the last few weeks, I have launched various flagship job creation interventions that are aimed at offering our teeming unemployed youth avenues for sustainable employment. In the period under reference, I have launched the 1 Million Coders program, which has elicited interest from close to 150,000 applicants up to date. This is an initiative that will equip our youth with world-class coding and digital skills in today's rapidly changing world. I also launched the Jumaura initiative last Monday, which aims to facilitate the creation of 10,000 new businesses every year for young people, with a special focus on empowering our youth for the job market. This initiative is expected to create at least 20,000 decent jobs annually. And only yesterday, I launched the National Apprenticeship Program, which targets to train about 500,000 youth over 5 years with artisanal skills. These initiatives are not isolated interventions. They are interconnected pillars of a broader vision to build a resilient, inclusive, and future-ready Ghanaian economy. An economy that is not only recovering, but one that will thrive, innovate, and lead us to prosperity. Through increased investment in technical and vocational education, through support for continuous professional development, and through better alignment between education and the labor market, we will equip our people with the tools that they need, not just to survive, but to thrive. This administration is committed to decentralizing opportunity. It should not be the case that the only real chance at prosperity exists if you live in Accra or Kumasi. We will work to bring investment, jobs, and infrastructure to every region of this country, so that every Ghanaian worker, from Wa to Aflao, from Bole to Keta, from Drobo to Enchi, can have a fair and equal shot at building a meaningful life for themselves. Our national reset agenda cannot succeed without labor at the table. And that is why I will strengthen the institutional relationship between government and organized labor through regular structured dialogue. The Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations will not operate as an isolated entity, but as an active convener of tripartite collaboration where government, business, and labor will meet regularly to assess progress, to address grievances, and shape policies that work for everyone. This is not just about consultation, it is about co-ownership of the national development agenda. The Ministry of Labor, your ministry, may not have gotten all the resources it requested to carry out its mandate this year, but I can assure you that it affects every ministry, and it is only a temporary measure to reset our economic fortunes. Next year, things will be much better. The fight against Galamsey is a complex one. And when I was vying for the presidency, I did not kid myself that when I come into office, I will win that fight in 4 months. Yet, we will not give up. Our gallant men of the armed forces and security services are up to the fight and will continue to score successes against the selfish companies and individuals who are destroying our forests and polluting our water bodies. As far as the fight against Galamsey is concerned, I say, aluta continua. Ladies and gentlemen, the ECG has been brought to its knees by a culture of poor governance over the last 8 years, with a debt of 68 billion Ghana cedis and rising. If we do not do something drastic, our whole power sector will collapse. We can only bring down power tariffs if we improve efficiency in the distribution of power. Let me assure you, that is not my intention to privatize ECG as an institution. Our attention is more a public-private collaboration to inject efficiency into our downstream electricity distribution system. And I must say, it will not be the first time. It's been done before. When I was president, in the free zones, a private company, Enclave Power, was giving the rights of metering and billing in the free zones. Electricity company provided them with bulk supply of power. They paid electricity company until today. They still pay electricity company monthly on time every power electricity company produces to them. And their billing and collection in the free zones enclave is 99% of revenue is collected. This is an existing example. And I'm sure that we can make our electricity distribution more efficient through public-private partnerships. But I can assure you, and read my lips for emphasis, electricity company as an institution will not be privatized. Fellow citizens, let me say this clearly to all Ghanaian workers. Whether you're a teacher in the classroom, whether you're a nurse in a rural chips compound, whether you're a porter in the market, whether you're a miner deep in the bowels of the earth, whether you're a security guard on night shift, a digital innovator writing codes from your laptop, I want to tell all Ghanaian workers that you matter. Your contribution matters, and your dreams matter to us. And under my government, we will make sure that those dreams are realized. Let us leave this May Day not only with hope in our work, but with purpose in our hearts. Let us move forward as one people, workers and government, unions and employers, public and private, united in our mission to build a Ghana that rewards our efforts, protects our people, and inspires the next generation. The work ahead is great, but so is the strength of the Ghanaian worker. And with that strength, there is nothing we cannot achieve. May God bless Ghanaian workers. Long live organized labor. Long live the Republic of Ghana. And may God bless our homeland, Ghana.